Thanks for tuning in to Sound of Hope News. I'm Liam O'Neill, and here is your June 20th China Brief. Would-be protesters denied access to savings accounts and face possible quarantine. Authorities silent following an attack on the Tangshan women. Police beat up and arrest teachers protesting massive pay cuts. Imagine losing your life savings because a bank can't pay you or refuses to pay you what is in your account. Good thing you have a little money in another bank, but when you go to retrieve it, you're told you have COVID. You won't be able to go near the bank to get your money, and you probably have to quarantine for 2 weeks. A man surnamed Deng doesn't have to imagine. The above scenario happened to him, and something close to it happened to at least several thousand others in Henan province, where bank runs left people almost penniless. When they attempted to organize a protest, their phones signaled to them that they were COVID positive, or at least had been in contact with someone who was. While chatting online with other bank members, Mr. Deng's cell phone went code red. He said, "My family and I have stayed in the same house and haven't gone anywhere, but mine is red and theirs is green." Later, Mr. Deng discovered that many WeChat group friends were red-coded just like himself. Deng now can't travel to recover his money because of this supposed mistake. The same kind of mistakes seem to be happening around the province. Wang Yun sought to visit a bank in Zhengzhou City, Henan province, but turned up red as well, despite testing negative. The local authorities required her to return home or be forcefully quarantined for 14 days. The Zhengzhou City's Municipal Health and Health Commission Service hotline replied to queries over these mistakes and acknowledged that there were indeed bank depositors whose health codes had suddenly turned red. Authorities could not offer an explanation, however, as to why so many who were defrauded in the bank runs had turned red. More bad press for Tangshan City. In the wake of the vicious late-night beating of several women caught on surveillance tape that had gone viral, Tangshan City authorities' silence on the matter has only heightened worry and concern in the area. A video clip from the Chinese media outlet Southern Express showed suspicious signs during a visit to the hospital where victims were recovering. No family members were seen, and at least 7 police officers guarded the ward. But what particularly attracted the reporter's attention was the great detail the police officers paid to the packages being delivered. The Southern Express reporter described how 2 flower bouquets were delivered to the wounded, but they were intercepted and inspected very carefully. Police asked who had sent them and from which flower shop they had come. The atmosphere in Tangshan City is tense. Between the attack on the women and its investigation moving to a different city, and in a seemingly unrelated case, the disappearance of a $500 million of private citizens' investment in a housing project. The circulation of heavily guarded hospital rooms is only adding to the tension. We've reported an uptick in public protests in China since the hard lockdowns earlier this year. Reasons for these protests have varied. June 15th saw a teacher protest over drastic cuts in pay. Videos posted to social media shows special police teams swarming in on a group of teachers in the coastal city of Yantai, Shandong province. The government there had cut teacher pay back to levels not seen in a decade. But more than this, they announced that the pay cuts were retroactive, meaning teachers would have to return their salaries. Return amounts range from $7,500 to more than $22,000 US. It was this request that apparently broke the camel's back, leading the teachers to protest. The protest, by all accounts, was peaceful, but special police nonetheless dispersed the crowd somewhat violently in some cases and arrested at least one teacher, according to video footage. And that's all we have today. Thanks for joining us. To keep up to date on the latest China news, please tune in tomorrow.